Dr. Adams, Michael, and all the group who are coming to Kobe. Here we are on a beautiful early summer morning with the azaleas in the foreground, and behind us the hills of Mount Rocco. The church, as you probably know, is sited halfway up Mount Rocco. Magnificent view overlooking Kobe, city of 1.5 million, and part of the greater urban complex that includes Osaka and Kyoto. John and Kendra are away in a couple of days' time to go to the States, and they're planning to take with them this video. We wanted you to know how much we are looking forward to you coming. We've said before that gospel music is becoming extremely popular in this country. More and more Japanese are fascinated by it and want to learn about it and to be part of it. And what we're anxious to do is to make sure as many people here know you're going to be in the city and also have the chance to hear you. So we're looking for a mix of people to hear the music and also opportunity for you to be able to talk about the Lord who's behind gospel music, to be able to tell you stories in word about how Jesus Christ has transformed your life and how he can do it for people of every culture and of every country. So we're beginning to work really hard on this. We're making contact with the right people, and we're looking for the support of other churches here. Kikiko Delp is office secretary. My advisor keeps me up with all the information on living in Japan. Kikiko, how long have you been coming to this church?
A little over 20 years.
How long have you been a Christian?
About 20 years.
Okay, so you became a Christian and then came to this church.
Yeah.
Your parents were not Christian?
No, they're Buddhist.
They're Buddhist, and so you are the one Christian in your family.
Yes, right.
Yet you told me last Saturday you went to a school reunion and found out of the 40 or so members of your class, 3 are now Christian?
Yes, that was amazing. Yes.
Yeah. And one lady was involved in evangelism?
Yes, right. And she said she's going to open her house for the church, small church. They're going to invite the pastor and they're going to meet at her place every Sunday.
You did not know about this before?
No, I didn't know that.
Must have been a great thrill.
Yes, it was. I was thrilled.
Yes. To find old friends like that have also become Christians, and in her case is starting a church. Well, you will have to start a church in your house sometime. although of course you have a home group on Friday night
Yes,
in your
I
house.
do. Yes.
And how many come round to your place?
Maybe about 6 to 8 people.
And a mixed group, nationalities?
Japanese and Thai, a lady from
Thailand.
Thailand, and also right now Dominica.
Yeah. And Frederick from Africa?
Frederick, Africa, yes,
Yeah,
and Japanese, of course Japanese.
Yeah. So you are at least planning a small home group there.
Yes.
And you've been secretary here for how long?
The full-time secretary maybe just a little over 3 years, but I've been helping in the office, I think at least 15 years.
Yeah. So much of the arrangements that we'll be making here, Kikiko will in fact do it. So she's the one who will be making the phone calls, writing the letters, and making sure that we get all our Japanese script and advertising all correct. So you're looking forward to them coming, Kikiko?
Yes, sure, of course, I would like to. Yeah.
You enjoy gospel music?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I love music, and so I would like to listen to their singing, and I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, and you think there'll be a lot of people here who would also be interested?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a choir of this size come and perform in Japan?
Not the gospel choir.
Mm-hmm.
Choir, no.
Other choirs, but not gospel.
No.
So you think it will have wide appeal?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a lady who keeps the church running.
Here for Kikiko.
What do you want me to say?
What's your name?
My name is Mark Busby. I've been in Japan 6 years that I've actually lived here, but I came here for the first time in 1991. I'm a missionary with the Southern Baptist. I particularly focus on children, youth, young people. I'm a church planner, and we're very excited about this group coming here. We're talking about different ways that we can, facilitate you you all in doing the work and how you're going to impact this place. 3-4 days in Kobe, and you all can do a tremendous ministry and impact the churches and be an encouragement. Gospel music is huge in Japan these days. It's so popular. So the challenge for us now is just to know where to more effectively place you and let you do your thing. So you will have opportunities to share the gospel in this country. Thank you for coming. Thank you for even being interested in sharing with these people. Thank you.
How's it going? My name is John Lewis, and I'm the youth pastor at Kobe Union Church. Basically means I'm responsible for youth, junior high and senior high. And I guess I'm also responsible for putting together this video for you to show you a little bit about where you are coming and who you will meet while you're here. I'd like to just take a little bit of time to show you around Roko Island. If you take a look at the map of Japan, you probably won't see Roko Island. It's really small, but if you take a look at Kobe, you'll see this island sticking out. It's a man-made island. It's very geometric, but it's a very interesting place. There's approximately 15,000 people living on the island right now, and it's 10 years old. So everything that you see here is within the past 10 years has been made. There's a lot of restaurants, shops, and other things to do. And probably most importantly is the Kobe Bay Sheraton, where you will be staying. It is right here. So yeah, this is Family Mart. This is, if you ever get hungry in the middle of the night at the Sheraton, you could probably pop right over to Family Mart. It's a convenience store. It's open 24 hours, and it's got everything that you could need. For example, these fine, tasty noodles. But it's always a fun experience shopping in Family Mart. You've got lots of interesting foods and snacks and things, and you're sure to find some interesting things here. However, if you are at all intimidated by some of the strange snacks at Family Mart, some food, if you're not so interested in trying new foods, there is, of course, McDonald's. Not to mention Wendy's and Subway too. This is the Roko liner. It's the train that it only has 6 stops. It goes on and off the island all day long. And maybe you'll get the chance to ride the Roko liner. Once you get off the island, there's a number of different lines and trains to catch. It's a great way to get around. It's totally easy. It's kind of interesting the first few times you do it, but it's a great way to get around. Some people might even say that Roko Island is inhabited by aliens. We've got this huge building that looks a whole lot like a spaceship. There's a lot of interesting architecture. It's pretty modern looking, and that's actually a hall used for fashion shows, and there's a fashion museum. So that's a little bit about what we have on Roko Island, but the place is still under construction. There's a lot of empty land still available, and there's buildings going up all the time. So this place is still growing. You might hear some people say that Roko Island isn't really Japan, that it's kind of like Disney World or living on another planet. Take for example these houses. You won't find houses like this in the rest of Kobe. But then again, you won't really find houses like this on Roko Island. These are just modeled homes, so it's not like anybody lives here, but it's a place where people come to see Western style homes, and really the island was created for more of an international community. It's mainly because of the Procter & Gamble headquarters, which are located on Roko Island. Here's the tall building right next to the Sheraton. That's the Procter & Gamble headquarters for Southeast Asia. And so that's why a number of international families live here on Roko Island. You have the international school, Canadian Academy, ranging from kindergarten to 12th grade. And so there are admittedly are a number of internationals living on the island. And for some people, that's a negative thing. For many missionaries, they would say, "Oh, this isn't really Japan." But to be honest, it suits me just fine, and I think that you'll be very comfortable here. You'll find it very easy to get around. It's relatively small in size. You have everything that you could want, like from McDonald's to the grocery store to anything. Also, one reason why it's not very much like the big city of Kobe and Osaka is because there's a lot of green. There's a lot of plants and space, and there's even a track that goes all the way around the island called the Green Belt, and it's 5 kilometers, 5K long, and it's wonderful for jogging, for riding a bike, or for walking. So that's something you can look forward to while you're here also. This is Roko Island, and this is one of the grocery stores on Roko Island, Gourmet City, and it has what you would expect to find in a typical grocery store, lots of fruits and vegetables. We've got lots of juice and milk. Plenty of meat. And then maybe more than you'd find in an American grocery store, they have quite a large seafood section. So yeah, I mean, you've got, it's hard to tell what's normal or typical now. I've lived here a couple of years, but it's always fun to come and to find new and interesting things. You can always find something that's kind of unique, and you can also pick up some sushi for lunch. So there's lots of modes of transportation getting around. You've got bicycles. Some people ride scooters. We've got some pretty interesting cars. Another important aspect of living in Japan is communication. You got to be able to get in touch with each other. So you could find yourself a telephone booth, or like just about everybody in Japan, you could make a call on your personal cell phone. Crazy girls. So these are some crazy girls from KUC youth group, and they're not really that crazy, but
it's all a dream.
They're really looking forward to your visit in October.
Yeah, we cannot wait for you to come and think for us.
So this is where you will be staying, in the Kobe Bay Sheraton, and I'm sure that you will find the most helpful of service. So here we are, an aerial view of Roko Island from the top of the Sheraton Towers. You'll see a number of cranes there doing shipping. This island, one of its main purposes is to increase the rate of shipping. There's about 30 cranes all the way around the island. There's trucks always going on and off, and just confirms the fact that Kobe is one of Japan's top port cities. And this is the Osaka Bay. The city of Osaka stretches all the way around this bay. It's just vast. And if it was a clear day, if there wasn't so much smog, you could probably see the airport across the bay, Kansai International Airport, where you'll be flying in. It's a beautiful city. You've got the water on one side, and you've got the mountains on the other side. So this is where you'll be staying here on Roko Island. But I'd like to, it's not just about Roko Island. You your concerts will be in Osaka and Kobe. So I'd like to, I guess the purpose of this video is just to show you, to introduce you to some of the people who you've been talking with or you'll be working with. Also just to show you a little bit about our church and where we live. If it hasn't been said already, it will be repeated. We're so much looking forward to your coming over, and I'm just really excited and encouraged. I want to encourage you that we're trying to prepare the way, but it's just going to be a great time. We can't wait.